to another show of the Architects. Today, we got music producer Titus Johnson, Grammy-nominated music producer Titus Johnson on the show.
Welcome, Titus.
What's going on, fellas?
All
How you
right.
How's
doing?
everything?
Hey, going
All right.
good,
Good.
man. Going good. We happy to have you with us today.
Hey, man, I'm happy to be here, man. You know, this is where things have brought us, interviews and such.
Hey,
Man.
for sure. So how we work over here? We just like basically ask a session of questions. We go back and forth or whatever, and then you just
Okay.
answer them to however or whatever. And ready to roll?
Okay. All
Okay.
good. Yeah,
Cool.
I'm ready.
Well, first, man, I'm gonna start off first. I want to tell you congratulations on making it, with the NBA 2K soundtrack and with the song Scottie Pippen, and with the Grammy nomination for Best Progressive R&B Album, New Light with Eric Bellinger. So
Yes,
my question is, man, where was you at when you first got that news?
sir. When I first got that news, I think I was doing my morning or afternoon scroll through the gram, and I knew that they were submitting to be recognized with that album. But then I'm scrolling, I'm seeing all my homies. Congratulations to people that I know that have made it. Then I just happened to go by. I think I saw his page or his manager's page, and I saw the nomination, and I'm like, oh snaps! Whoa! Like, I'm a part of that this year. Like, wow, crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like surprised and did my little happy dance and
For sure. Yeah.
and was like, whoa, we in there. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Go.
Doing big things,
go.
man. Shit, that's dope.
Man.
Shit. So what was it like working with Eric Bellinger?
It was real cool. The first time I worked with Eric, when we were working on the Game album, his album Born to Rap, he had Eric Bellinger come through there to work on the record, and I'm in there. I was one of the producers on the album. So at the time, Eric came in there to work. He had some parts he was doing. So I told Game, because I love R&B and I've been wanting to work with Eric Bellinger. And this is funny because I told Game, hold up, man. I gotta see if we can create this moment real quick, with Eric. And so that's the first time, we had linked and in the studio with Game. And then I got a call to come back to work on some things on Eric's album. And that was then he was like, because I got called through another producer, Benny Wonder.
Okay.
Shout out to my man Benny Wonder, Grammy nominated producer, Lil Wayne. What's that girl's name? He got a lot of people, Meek Mill. But he called me in to come there work on some stuff for this New Light album. And when I got there, Eric remembered from us connecting, at the Game session, and then we went from there. You know what I'm saying? So real cool dude. Amazing R&B talent. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, been holding it down. I know there's other R&B artists, but Eric's been true to R&B for quite some time right now. You know what I'm saying? So much respect to him, and it's kind of due to him. He's been holding it down. So it's cool that he's nominated, and I'm glad I'm able to be a part of that for sure.
Hey, for sure, man.
That's
For
what's
sure.
up. That's what's up, man. As an entertainer, at an early age, did you feel like music was your way to be successful? Or did you have any other outlets that you were pursuing at the same time that you could have easily shifted lanes and been in?
Music for me personally,
Yes,
was always a passion. I remember getting in trouble in kindergarten for we're supposed to be doing an in-class project. And
you starting early, kindergarten, huh?
yeah, kindergarten, we're supposed to do a in-class project, and I'm sitting there singing music and playing the air piano or something at the desk, and I didn't get that project done. So as a child, I was able to play drums in church early.
Yeah.
So this is we had a service or something that next night or something, and my mom came in, and the teacher had to talk with her he didn't get nothing done. She was like, my teacher called me, come on, Mr. Ray Charles. You go. I'm about to talk to your mom. Nah, true story. I tried to never get in trouble again because when my teacher talked to my mom, she was like, yeah, you can't play drums tonight. You got to just sit there and watch tonight. And I was like, oh man, I was devastated. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So this is 5, 6 years old. And so it started back then, right? And of course, you grow up. you do decent in school. People tell you, you know, lawyer, doctor. I did say I wanted to be a lawyer at one point, but we'll get to the part where that halted, you know. But you know, that was like probably another option. And then in high school, I played football. Could have went to college to do it, but I had like right before graduation and going to the next step in life, I had an epiphany. Like, nah, man, I really want to do music. I'm going to LA to work on this music thing and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how that happened. You know, long story short, you know.
Yeah, that's what's up.
That is that.
Yeah.
So how was the music scene in Kansas City?
In Kansas City, hey, it's a lot of talent still to this day in Kansas City. Back then, when I was there, not even back then. Well, I'm sounding old. Back before I left for LA, I did a band with another music producer out of Kansas City named Brian Kennedy, and so we would do like a weekly event, soul set. Well, yeah, it was like called ULIT at the time, like poetry, music. People can come in and can sing, a lot of open mic. It kind of had like, you know, like that East Coast vibe to it. Like it turned into something huge,
right?
You know, so we started playing there. Then we would do shows. I would do shows with Brian Kennedy. We would get a venue, and put on big shows around the city. And just to see that moment grow. And he ended up moving, and then I moved out like to LA a year later too, because I moved to LA in 2002 at first, then went back to KC.
Okay.
And then I came back out in 2005, and we had a lot of stuff to put together with the band, like different shows. Play for, like back then Napster was still around, so we did like a Napster holiday party back in the day. Yeah, so
I remember Napster.
So yeah, man, it was crazy. That's the first wave of streaming, you know. Make props, you know.
I remember that, man. Hey, yeah, I like seeing that, man, especially like Midwest. I'm from the Midwest too, so I'm from St. Louis. So when I see Missouri doing something, man, I love it because
man, for real.
I kind of, you know, I ain't gonna say grew up, but I know when I was in college and I was at Mizzou, I was listening to y'all side over there, like listening to Tech Nine and all that stuff. So, you know, I know y'all got some swing over there.
Yeah, man. It's like after that happened, I feel like that was a wave of like, because we were 19 through 21 doing this, right?
Yeah.
And in Kansas City, if you know, like in my generations, it was like only like people in their 30s and above getting around town playing. That's what you saw. Like, not calling people old, but you know, just like an older crowd, more mature crowd.
Right.
So I feel like that whole wave of like, hey, it's something, you know, it's the culture that's, you know, for the youth, it's still there, you know, to this day. Like I know a lot of young musicians still in their 20s, like getting it in around the city and getting gigs. We've even seen like some of my partners, like, you know, play for other artists and get out of the city, which was a dream to have access to back then. So it's like a lot of doors have opened, like people winning awards and they still at the crib. And like, I love that. I don't want to move back, but I love seeing that you know, we're able to do something right out of there, you know, and build for the city. So yeah, man, I just stay in contact with everybody as much as I can, and you know, let them know how it is this way, and you know, talking about how to move out that way. You know what I'm saying? So,
hell yeah,
giving game.
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Free game. What was your drive to continue to produce music throughout your life? I guess you could say now.
Man, the passion, and with the passion, you know, there comes pain. But what helped me really keep going is I study stories.
That's
I don't
That's
study,
dope right there.
you know, I don't study the glory. Like I study people's processes, and I really look at it. I'll watch documentaries. I'll read some books or read an interview, and they're gonna always slip you a situation where they had like a problem and created a solution. And really the solution is just to keep going. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
push through.
You know, I probably done retired a million times in my head, or retired from an idea of a way to, you know, keep moving. But nah, man, it don't stop. Like I wake up the next day like, yeah, right, I can't quit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Look, if you quit earlier, well, you wouldn't be where you at right now, man.
Right.
Man,
and I'm pretty sure you inspire a lot of people, like, you know, with the spotlight being on you like that.
Yeah, man. That's a humble honor though. Like because I definitely don't want to lead nobody wrong, and I definitely want people, like, if they feel it and believe it, just keep going, man.
Hell yeah.
Keep going, because we don't know what, like, literally, we don't know what tomorrow will bring.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I live in that type of place, but it can happen for you anywhere. You don't know what can happen tomorrow. Like, for real.
Yep.
For real. I
Very
get some
true.
crazy calls,
Right.
to come be a part of stuff or submit to be a part of stuff. So it's like, I mean, look at NBA 2K. We grew up playing stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Real talk. And to see you,
like just the feeling, man. You sit over there playing the game, or the kids or somebody playing, then you just hear your stuff on there, like,
man. Yeah, it's wild. It's surreal, man. Like growing up in, like, I remember being in clubs young, or just like we do that event, and it's like the club section started, and I'll be listening to the soundtracks, like, one day, like, they're gonna be dancing to the music. They're gonna, one day we're gonna be able to be a part of this playlist, man. Like, one day. So it's really crazy to see, like, and look back on those thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Of this process. So yeah, it's dope, man. It's dope, for real.
Heck yeah. Is there anybody that you would like to work with now? Any artists to collab with or anything like that?
For sure. I got two answers to that. Like, of course there is, and I've met a lot. Like, let's go back to the game project. Like, so many people this guy brought in the room, man. Like, Meek Mill, come straight in the room, shake everybody's hand. Wiz Khalifa, Tory Lanez was in there. These are all people, like, we got a chance to touch in the room, but, like, yeah, I would definitely love to work with them further. Who else came in? I mean, Birdman was just popping up on the
What was the atmosphere like when all these people, like, popping up? Is it just like, is it like fan like type of deal, or is it something like, okay, hey, it's Meek Mill over there? Okay,
I'm gonna be honest. Like, you can get stuck looking at some things, but the atmosphere and the vibe was like chilling with the homies. You in the room,
right?
You in the room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You in there, so make the most of it, because it's like this. You in that type of room, and you there to work. We were working on the album, like, to where it's like this. Meek Mill come walking in the room, like, yo, what's up, everybody? Whatever. But he like, who got the pack? Who got the beat pack?
Right.
Who got it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you my email right now. Shoot it through. That's so. When I got a chance to see that, it was like, okay, all you got to do is be there. You might, some people can catch an email and shoot it through, and it'll go through, and then you don't get a chance to meet the person. Like, that's the good thing about these days. But, like, you in there, it's like, let's work. And then one day I remember, right before we dropped the album, we met up and we went to Dr. Dre's studio. So Snoop pulled up that night. And so, like,
I bet you got some crazy stories. Like, it seemed like something had to go, like some kind of story, or something had to go down in there. You know what I mean?
That's tight.
I can't tell the people.
I got you. Hell no, because I'm thinking something went down. Like, all those stars in there, man.
Hey, but that's what's up, though, man. Hey, that's the power of that networking, though. You know,
exactly. So that's the thing. You stick to what you stick to. Stay where you're at. Build relationships. You know what I'm saying? One relationship got me in the rooms to meet these people, to be around these other artists, to work with other artists. And so because there's I'm a part of a record with Chris Brown on the Game album. You know what I'm saying? So we know how big and how much of a wave Chris Brown has made in the past decade.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was like, oh, snaps, amongst this Chris Brown record. But nah, man, being in there with Dre and Snoop, and like I said, when you're in the right room with the right people, it's all love, man.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Hell yeah.
I got a chance to personally talk to Snoop, like, and tell him literally, like, my first hip hop purchase in like middle school or something was like Dog Pound album and Biggie Ready to Die.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a chance to tell him, and Snoop, and long story short, Snoop's like, that's why you here. That's why you here.
Oh yeah. Doesn't take on it. Hell yeah.
Right.
I mean, but nah, he was cool, talk, like, he was ready to work, like, get down. It was a room full of us. Like, some of it is documented on the gram, and you can even look it up on YouTube. Like, somebody stripped Game's story and put a lot of stuff up. So we was in there, and Game had a song with Nipsey that he put on the album, and he took it to Dre to mix. And so that was the whole thing for that night. And man, like, everybody pulling up. Dre's camp, all the producers around, like monsters.
Man.
Even names like they records. You might not know their names, but like it was a big room in there, and that was just one moment out of almost 2 years of working with Game.
Right.
Wow.
Like straight. Yeah, man. So it's like he'd think of somebody, like I'm gonna call him. Like one night he called, I was playing keys and he called, he's like, hey, I'm gonna call Scott Storch, man. I'm gonna tell Scott Storch to pull up. I promise y'all the next night, Scott Storch was there.
Damn.
Wow.
And for me, that was huge.
Yeah.
I've been listening to, he got records. So,
yeah.
And then my role in there was basically something like what Scott would do, from the producer standpoint. And to have him come in and check it out, he didn't even really work. He chilled. He watched us work. I went outside and said what up to him. Got that approval.
Right.
So I was like, man, that's big. So it's like one day you like, you looking up and idolizing certain people, and then the next day you like hand to hand with them, and not that they are competition, but they like, hey, I'm just gonna leave it to you, let you do what you do, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keep building yours. I'm gonna get mine. Keep building yours. So yeah, it was good to see.
Man, that say a lot about you, man, with your craft. Like, how good and seriously you taking it and how hard you working. So
man. Studying for years, still study.
That's what's up.
Keep learning now. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to. That's how you get forward right there. So
bro.
I have a question for you. What are some of the places you've been in, the international artists that you work with over the years?
Some of the places I've been, because I do touring and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, funny. I've been to Canada and I work with the Canadian artist. His name is Francesco Yates. He opened up for Justin Timberlake on the Man in the Woods tour. But we went to Canada and did a couple of dates with him and Flow Rider out there. But then here's a good one. I went to China one time with DJ Quick.
Oh wow, really? DJ Quick.
Yeah, with DJ Quick.
Yeah, man.
How did that? Yeah, you gotta. So what happened?
His drummer called me to come and sub for him because I worked with Quick some years before that, like to come in and play for him for a show.
Yeah,
and I played keys that time. That's the funny part. I played keys that time, and then his drummer called me and was like, "Yeah, I can't make the trip. I told Quick a list of names. And he said you, and I said, wow." Because DJ Quick, he don't mess around. Like, he like who he like. He know, what I'm saying? He don't mess around. Put it like that.
Right.
That dude is like, we got to give him more his flower. Like, I've been around him, been able to really do producer, engineer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could say more, but I can't. But yeah, like,
right.
DJ Quick, yeah, he's that guy. Like, period. But went to China with him, man. We spent probably a couple of days. This is when Young M.A. kind of first came out. So it was a show for Vans, the shoe Vans.
Mm-hmm.
They had like this event that they would do across China every year or whatever. So we were in Shanghai and we did the show, DJ Quick, Young M.A., and then a couple other artists from out that way. And that was a good experience. Like, now I know how people feel that are foreigners. Like, I really went over there like, hey, you got Starbucks? And one guy looked at me and smiled, just pointed a direction. And I really tried to start walking in the direction and found nothing. Except for our liaison and us, like, man, we was in China. For sure.
Man, that's crazy. Man.
That is.
Don't drink the water. That's all I can say.
Yeah, right.
Don't drink the water. That's always the first thing.
Man, for real.
That's crazy.
For real.
Are you on tour now?
I just got off a tour. I was on tour with R&B artist Lettuce. And
Lettuce, hell yeah.
Yeah. I've been working with her since I think like 2015.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, man. So my role with her is like stage manager, and I'm the DJ. Like, I introduce the artist on the tour and do some DJ sets in between acts and bring her up. You know what I'm saying? So that's a cool experience. Like, it's another role to kind of move out of playing and kind of, being more of a facilitator role and making sure everything is good. So that's a role like I've always seen and I like too, because I've been around it for so long. So it's like, them days where you're getting a little bit older and you're like, I ain't got to be out here playing like that. It never ends. So I don't want to discourage nobody.
Yeah, you got to step back though, and be able to mentor and take other roles, higher roles though. I understand.
Exactly. Yeah, that was my mindset. You know, we see players in the league become coaches and different things like that. So, you know, it's working that role, but that's kind of like you said, that step back is more, and then you can help somebody else out. You can see the big picture, and
Right.
you know, let's do it like that. You know, so yeah, it's definitely a good role, and we know she's like, man, she won a Grammy the last year, and she's up again this year, but she has like 12 or 13 nominations.
Damn.
So
yeah.
So I'm out there with her, and then
12, 13,
and then I get inspired. Yeah, man. And I get inspired just watching her too, because seeing her put in work. She does a lot of things, acting and as well as the music. Arthur, you know, yeah, so much so, like, just to get to see that, like, you can learn a lot from the people you're working with and just see their take on things. So I just, you know, I like to get a props and a shout out for sure. You know.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Hey, we appreciate you too, man, because you even taking the time out your busy schedule just to even talk to us, because, like, you know, we just, you know, hey, we definitely appreciate it, man.
Man, thank y'all, man. Like, for real, this is, like I said, this is one of the study points. You know, you watching people do interviews, like, how will I be in the future? You know, what can I say in the future? So it's like you go from there, and then you put in the work, and then it's like, oh snaps, we here. Get ready, let's go. You know, let's do it. So much respect and appreciation to y'all, you know.
Right.
Shout out to Ant too, you know.
Oh yeah, know. Definitely. I definitely thank Ant on that. Yeah. Is there anything that you would like tell, like, a lot of our audience or whatever, since we the architects, we came up with the name because the architects is basically the creators. So, like, you're an architect because you create music. So, like, you the building block of it.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Producing. So what would you tell our audience, something that they could do, a piece of advice, if they trying to pursue this?
If you're trying to pursue this, definitely study the past. Not that everything is exactly the same, but no, study the principle. You know what I'm saying? Find that thing that works in every generation. Hard work is one. Discipline is another. Focus is another. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we know, like, if you don't know, you're going to have some sleepless nights, but it doesn't always have to be about that. Like, focus up and work at something. Like, you know, you got an intention, like, hey, I want to link with this artist. Hey, make some music that you know that this artist is going to vibe to, you know? I'm a musician. I want to play for this artist. Know their song, know their music. You know what I'm saying? You have to study and do your research, you know, your due diligence, and just be relentless. And then your character is everything. You know what I'm saying? Build relationships. Like, that's my main thing that I've been blessed to make it off of, is relationships. Like, I'll be somewhere working with somebody for like a few years before anything will pop, just off of just kindred spirits and good vibes. Like, me getting in the room with Game was off a relationship that I had built. We've been cultivating for years. You know what I'm saying? It was days we'll be in the studio in one room, and Game will be in that same studio working on a whole nother album years before this in another room. And I never went to that room. I never tried to go in and peek my head in. I didn't have nothing for Game at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
He wasn't even on the radar. I knew who he was. I even played ball with him in the past, like out in the area where I lived or whatever. But that didn't have anything to do with me knowing him, or, you know, I don't like to do that, because sometimes you can network backwards. You can network and not be ready.
Right. That's true.
Shoot yourself in the foot.
Exactly. So that's another thing. Don't be out here just running your mouth and you ain't ready. You know?
Right.
The people will tell you a story like, oh, it just happened. Nah, you had a piece and you had something that the other person needed, and that's the success story. That's the luck. But you gotta be ready. You know what I'm saying? You got to be ready, stay ready. So relationships, study, and be ready. You know what I'm saying? Don't network backwards. Like, for real.
Right.
Hell yeah. Hey, what do you think's in the future for Put This on Replay?
Good question. My thoughts about Put This on Replay, like, some people might get it, not even confused, but like, my thoughts to come from me, growing up, we had MTV, BET, saw VH1 come around. Now we got Revolt. So I literally want to go as high as a network with this, like an actual network. You know, back in the day, I used to see Puff and Jay-Z, and really Puff making the label thing look fun. But as the days have been turning, hey, we don't necessarily need labels. They are beneficial, you know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of independent artists out here. And shout out to my family from the Juice Joint, which we did for like, I think we did that 5 to 7 years straight. But for sure, about 5 years every Monday night, people from around the city, around the country, even around the world would come through and be a part of this jam session. So I got to meet like endless amounts of independent artists who now, like, if you look at Kanye's group, the choir that Kanye has,
right?
I can literally say 50% of those members, we were together every Monday night. You know what I'm saying, in this event. You know what I'm saying? So that's how, and then again, we're doing that, and everybody might do gigs. A lot of musicians that I met, they out. If you're watching just about any artist literally on TV today, I know the band, you know, I know members of that band, I know people. So it's like, so when I was able to do that and facilitate that, because I was a host, and then I was kind of like a production manager, stage manager with the whole event, like the same stuff I do with Lettucey to bring that event to life. I just really thought of a way to not just say, oh, let me help independent artists, but like, let's build another platform for promotion, and it's enough. And they put money behind their own work. So if you look at the page right now, Instagram, like, you see people's music videos, top tier, and everybody on there is independent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like really indie. So, and I have relationships with them. And so it's just building that, and they love it. And it's something I have a passion for. It doesn't make me money right now, but it's still in the building process. But long-term goal, it's a network. It's an entertainment network, televised, radio, all that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like maybe one day, like, we build it big enough, y'all be like, hey, can we get that slot over there? I'm like, come on.
Right.
The architects right over there. Over here and put this on replay.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
No, real talk.
Right.
That's the move, man. Networking, and y'all, you know, and it brings us together from everywhere. Like, there's no excuse we can't link. Like St. Louis, KC, LA, New York, Chicago, Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We have all the tools and resources. So that's the vision for that. Like, I just want to put it together and keep the network of indies together. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's
and make it look good. You know.
Definitely. Matter of fact, let them know like where they can Put This On Replay.
Yeah, we have Put This On Replay.com. Everything is spelled straight up. Put This On Replay. Instagram, Put This On Replay. Twitter, Put This On Replay. And then my personal Instagram, Life of Titus. Life, LIFEOF TITUS. So that's where you can find everything.
Definitely, yeah. I definitely need to check that out, because he got some work on there. So, you know, and you might want to check it out and try to get on there. So
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yep, come holler at us for sure.
We definitely, like I say again, man, we appreciate you coming through and
man,
to talk to us, man. It's an honor for us. So
yeah, not to mention you are the first producer. Now so backtrack. So the Architects, we originally supposed to be just for music producers, right? We weren't able to get the music producers on. That's why you see all of these other artists getting on right now. But you were the first producer, should I say right here? You the first producer that we had, you know, on the Architects on the show, which this is supposed to be for. So hey, this is
so you was the first, yeah,
you the first producer we had on.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. Let's link some more then.
Yeah, we can do that in the future.
I got some guys we can link it up with. And get them on here for sure.
Hey, definitely. Definitely. And y'all make sure y'all go follow Titus and Put This On Replay and all that. Is there anything else you want to say before you leave?
I appreciate y'all, man. Glad to be doing this. This is cool. That's where we at. Let's go.
That's what's up.
The Architects.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up. So this has been another episode of The Architects. This is Jay.
And this Rello.
Hey, this is Titus. We had Titus on today. So
yes, sir.
As we signing out, man, we catch y'all next episode.